So before we start, a few things of note. It matters, but I'll leave it normal. So pretty much, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything, which for this game, it's literally doing everything. Doing all the medals, which is basically the most enjoyable part. I will, however, be skipping most of the cutscenes because, you know, we already know about the story. But you can do a lot of stuff in this game, like guard canceling to animation cancel. Pretty much throughout this whole playthrough, it's going to be...
Dear Mother, how are you?
Somewhat the same as a normal playthrough, maybe. The only difference is I've routed a bit of the stuff, and I know a lot of the potential enemies that we need to kill.
I'm soaked.
Haha, Max. Pretty early today.
So, yeah. Pretty much, there's gonna be some things that I'm just gonna be running through. Like, we don't really care about leveling up our weapons and stuff. We're gonna be pretty much just beelining it straight to what we need to do. Because a lot of the metal grinding and just all that is going to pretty much do everything else for us. So, yeah. How's it going?
Okay, here we go.
The funny thing is, going through this game naturally, going through this game normally, it's a fun experience, although it's very quick if you know what you're doing. It's a little bit nerve-wracking going through the game and doing everything. Not because it's difficult, but because it genuinely has moments where you could potentially miss something and it's all ruined. And you know how it is when it comes to old games. They love putting things that are missable in between areas.
Did you see a little redheaded kid coming this way?
Nope. You see anything?
He headed towards City Hall.
Yeah. It's one of those games. But I mean, that's...
Did you see a red-haired boy run by?
Oh, yes. Just now. I'm certain I saw him heading that way.
So, what I will be doing...
Hey, did you see a red-haired boy?
Me? No, sorry.
I see. Huh?
is I'll be checking throughout
Here it is.
the game.
Hurry up.
Just to make extra sure. It will make me be a little bit slow in some sections, but it's going to be pretty much like guaranteed that we don't miss anything. Pretty much. It's way better to be safe than completely sorry, because if you miss anything in this game, or in the sections that do matter, it's, yeah, I could just downright ruin the whole thing for you. And it's time for the unskippable cutscene. The good old anthem for this game. Can't skip this.
I was so scared then, but in a way it was really fun. I mean, every boring day had been just the same for me. But this was the beginning of a real adventure.
I'll take my chances, racing time, rewriting the book for all to see. On my own, I can ride the winds of change to heal a broken time, a broken world. In the dark, a candle is the sun to light our way back home. It's a dream, it's a hope that one day we'll be free. Give me strength to open up the door. Only the strong ones can stand the test of time. Caught in between these two worlds, finding our way. The sun will rise to pierce the skies when this wonderful world starts to shine. When this wonderful world starts to shine.
Anyways, so what I'm gonna do for most of these sections, or for each chapter, I'm gonna be doing like a huge scavenger hunt for photos. It's gonna be kind of like Dead Rising in a weird way, but yeah, we're gonna be taking a lot of pictures, and then after we take the pictures, we're going to invent everything potentially that's able to be invented in that specific span, so I make
So
sure that I
what-
don't miss anything. That's pretty much it.
Underground water channel. So this goes outside of the... Chapter
Pretty
1.
much.
To the outside world.
I'm gonna make a save. Doesn't really matter, but alright, so a little bit about how this game works in terms of like the stuff here. So the medals, we won't bother with them. There's no point in really trying to go for them. We'll go for them later when it's actually more efficient. So
Wow.
yeah. So pretty much, we're supposed to go around looking for enemies to kill, and one of them is going to have the key item that we want to open this door. It's all randomly generated, but whatever. Actually, we're never going to end up needing to repair anything. So we're going to be getting as many items as possible to sell, because we're going to need a lot of money. The other thing is that while the dungeons themselves are randomly generated, the funny thing is the items that we need specifically for going from one floor to another, they're actually always going to be the same on specific enemies. And normally how the game does it is that it shows you, or the name of the mission or the area tells you sometimes. In this one, it's a sewer rat. It's the first, like, easy enemy, sort of. The next map is going to be called the Battle of the Sewer Rats or whatever. So that's like a pretty good telltale that it's going to be a rat. And I think most of the time, every dungeon has about 3 or 4 variants of the same enemy. Sometimes there's more depending on like the gimmick of the floor, but regardless, yeah. Okay, so we got really unlucky. We killed every rat, I think, except for the one that has it, so that's whatever. Like I said before, oh, never mind, there's 2 more rats. Okay, the last one had it. Second to last. Whatever. We got it. We can leave now. So, normally you would go around killing every single enemy because you don't know that the monsters are actually set. Which I originally thought that was the case. At least in the first game, I always thought enemies and the drops were randomized. I'm not 100% sure if they changed it to the second one, but that's pretty much how it works. There's no loot here. But yeah, we really need money. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Because while it is nice going fast and getting the items we need so we can move, you know, faster throughout the game, the early game is extremely hard for making money, which is kind of rough. I should also change my inventory so we can have it easier to spawn on top. I guess it doesn't really matter now, but I'm not going to be selling anything, so I might as well. Any metal that we get is also just a freebie, but we're going to end up repeating the same floors regardless. So getting any metal right now is kind of nice, but it doesn't matter. The next one, Battle with Rats. So obviously, the rat. That's what we want to kill. It's kind of pointless to do this now, but normally what I like to do too is I like to leave a space in the inventory so when we do get the key item, it goes on the first slot. So we don't have to like menu. Although that's kind of more of a, you know, thing. Not a big deal. Jesus Christ. He's swinging. Right. Nice, we got it on the first try. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. But that's good. Like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I want to make money. But yeah, we kind of got it on the first shot. I guess we move on. So the thing about moving further in the game, normally moving further is good because you would naturally get better items. in this case of this game, you do get better weapons, but they don't sell for that much money, which is the kind of like rough. You can sell them, and honestly, I don't know if I care about selling them. I think I will, because, you know, we're not going to be using our main weapons to do most of our damage. You'll see once we get further, but yeah. I might end up having to go through a few repeated floors just to make money, because again, chapter 2, you really do need a lot for the stuff.
The underground channel ran on ahead in front of me.
The other thing that's a little bit nice, which I probably will do, just so we can move further in the game quicker.
Max, can you hear me?
When you get to the areas where you have to pretty much build the cities back to their glory, there is a 100% count for completing the village to its like perfect state. Whoops. Which is not bad or anything, but you'll have to complete it on that specific chapter. The reason why I say that is because, you know, there's nothing that locks you out for potentially not doing it, thankfully. You do get a lot of cool items, but they're mostly just upgrades for your character, and like I said, we're never really going to be taking that much damage until certain points in the game, which is going to be when we start doing photo ops. That's going to be the annoying part. Pretty much, once we get the camera is going to give us the ability to take pictures of... Oh. Okay, you're not going to love me. Of enemies, and some of the photo ops do require us to pretty much make the enemies attack us in order to get the photo, and that's going to be the one time where we're probably going to be taking the most damage. It's pretty annoying. Sometimes it can go really well, sometimes it doesn't. It really just depends on the enemy's AI if it decides it wants to be nice or not. So that's another fun thing. But yeah, mostly when you complete for 100% on the towns, it usually gives you just a bunch of upgrades for like healing, or sorry, for health and for defense. So yeah. Pretty much. That's not it. Oh, that's really bad. That's really good. Never mind. Alright, we're good. I was gonna say, yeah, some of these doors that you do find, sometimes they do require a key. And like I said, most of these areas are always randomly generated. So you could get unlucky, but we got the chest, so no problem. Probably one of these two, probably. There we go. All right. If you're wondering what's the best thing to sell in terms of like making money, it's pretty much anytime when we get crystals. Crystals are like the best thing, since usually you get like 3 of them in one chest. to give you the most money. And like I said, since we're not going to be using weapons mostly, we can sell most of all of them because we're not going to be upgrading our weapons. We have ways to go through the game without upgrading our weapon. That's nice. Yeah.
It's no good.
All right. You guys ready for the scavenger hunt? Yeah, this part's gonna suck. The one thing I will say is that the beginning of this game is going to be a little bit rough because I'm going to be going around taking pictures of everything. So it is going to get a little bit hectic. I will say that. But yeah. Just strap in, that's the best I can say. I'm gonna go around taking pictures of everything and everything that I can reasonably get of. And I'll explain why that's not a thing. That's not a bet either. Okay, I see, I see. Interesting, interesting. So yeah, it's a little bit finicky when it comes down to some of the photo shoots. Some things are just labeled to have a thing. Like the tiny hammer, apparently that's all the way down there. So yeah, you know, normal stuff. Got the pictures in. Right. Move on. If we can get lucky and get a picture of the good old sun being blocked. It's being blocked. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We got the sun, but we didn't get the morning sun. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a little bit weird, but trust me, you'll notice. So there's a lot of different pictures, as you can see. Yeah. It's a little bit overwhelming at first, but once you pretty much get the idea of what you need to look for, it's not that bad. You can take pictures of the same thing, by the way. It won't really matter. There's no kind of like... Thankfully, I want to buy film. But yeah. But now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna try to take as many pictures of everything that I can. Definitely gonna end up taking pictures of things that I already have, but that's fine. I apparently don't have enough money, so there's no point in trying to buy something right now. There's definitely going to be moments where I'm going to have a hard time figuring out where some of the other stuff is, for sure. And in that case, I'm just going to have to say sorry. Because some of these are really finicky. That's the best thing I can say. And I don't know why, but it's just how it is. It is annoying. Bench. Green. Table? Okay. Where's the sun? Wait, what time is it? 1:04. You need to get a picture of the morning sun and then the evening sun. So just a little heads up, but yeah. What? Yeah, like I said, it's one of those situations. So pretty much, if you're wondering how this photo taking is going to go throughout the whole game, technically speaking, some of the items that we are taking pictures of, they will reoccur in some other areas. So I won't have to be taking pictures of them constantly because I already have them, which is the good thing. However, there are a lot of other items that do get added to the list as we move on, which not really a bad thing, but you know, it's just something you gotta keep in mind. And there are some pictures that are very mean. Like, they're absolutely the worst. Pretty much just to throw like an idea of what I mean. There's a specific area in the game, and it happens way later near the somewhat end of the game. Not much, but there is a moment where pretty much if you were to go through the story and complete it, and you never thought about doing it, you basically just lost a picture, and it's over. What I mean by that is that there's a point in the game where you're basically in a fire area, and the game specifically tells you, hey, if you put a building that's made out of wood, you potentially might burn the building, right? It tells you. For whatever reason, God knows why. Oh, did I get it? Okay, no, we just need the morning sun. But yeah, for whatever God knows, if you do not put a wooden building in the fire area and let it catch fire, you won't get a picture of what it's called cinders. Like, that's really mean. There are a lot of photo ops where the game actually thinks that you will mess up on purpose, or you will mess up in general, so you can get a picture. And if you don't mess up, congratulations. You just lost like a one-time picture that you probably need. So yeah, it's very nice, very nice. There's one of those things about this game that is kind of just not fun. But, you know, as long as you're potentially aware, surely then that means you're fine, right? Technically, yes, but just having that constant thought in the back of your head, that usually gets people already like super stressed out. Oh, also, I know this is gonna sound really stupid. That's right. The stairs are a picture, by the way. Why? God knows why. There's a lot of pictures in this game that I do sometimes wonder why. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But like, yeah, this is not a light picture or a chandelier picture. Yeah. It'd be like that. Yeah, it definitely would be nice if it did have like, again, I know I make fun of it, but if it was like Dead Rising, where if a certain situation would happen and you didn't know it was a picture op, it would give you like a little like notification or something. It'd be kind of cool. Yeah, your character's a genius, by the way, but there's a few things that our genius character does not make connections to. Wait. That's fun. Wrong button. What was it again? It was, uh-oh. Belt? Pretty sure it was a barrel. No, it was pipes. Oh god. Did I not get a picture of a pipe? Forgot to take a picture of the pipe. I took a picture of the chimney, but I didn't take a picture of that. Moon? Moon. Moon? I don't really need to take a picture of the moon now, because I mean, whatever, we got it. But yeah, the biggest thing is, no matter what, never, as long as you don't miss a specific picture that's missable, you can always go back and get everything else. That's the one thing, thankfully. I actually don't remember. Pipe belt, was it tree? I might be thinking about the other one. Oh god. Well. Was it?
Oh, no good.
Oh yeah, the
huh?
milk tank. Right. So yeah, the game basically does this whenever you have an idea close to it, but then you don't really make it. Milk can, I mean. There we go. Alright.
Say cheese.
So I guess since I'm already here, we could make some of the other inventions. So might as well do that right now. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing most of this. Whenever we get most of the pictures, just to really be on par with the idea that we have everything.
Sage.
And plus, doing all this at once is like mentally draining. It is not fun doing that. Thankfully, everything is alphabetical order, so that's nice.
Sage.
Although, I do kind of wish the game would just auto make everything for you. But that's not a thing. Funny enough, that kind of reminds me of Abiotic Factor. Abiotic Factor actually has the same gimmick where you learn different things and then you can put them together and make an invention. And they actually have a quality of life option where you can just automatically make everything if you just have the ideas already.
Sage.
This is the one that I was remembering. There's 3. Yeah, this is the one that I was remembering.
Sage.
And this one's pretty nice for early game. But I don't really care about fighting anything, so it doesn't matter, but this one's good because I think it gives you attack up.
Yeah, it works.
Or wait, was it this one? Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Say cheese.
We made most of everything that we potentially needed, so that's fine. No, never mind. Not that one. Alright, we got mostly everything. Let's go ahead and save really quick. We don't have to do that all over again if I somehow manage to just lose. Alright. Let's move forward. So yeah, now the next part is going to start adding a little bit more of the picture stuff, which is going to be taking pictures of monsters and bosses.
Well, hot diggity.
Oh.
I do believe.
Yeah. So to make our good old energy pack, I need 16 scrap and 1 copper. So like I said before, the main thing that's going to give us most money is these crystals. These crystals are pretty much used to upgrade your weapons. And because I'm not going to be using most of my weapons, I'm pretty much going to be using them as early money. It's probably the easiest way to make money, or the most consistent, since anytime you open a chest, it usually gives you like 2 or 3 of those. I'm gonna double save just for super safety, but it's not really that necessary. Anyways. Yeah. This game is both a very fun game and a very stressful game. I definitely enjoy this game. Well, actually,
Cedric?
okay, hold on. Maybe this game definitely has a few things going for it over the first game, but
You all set?
it really depends on how you look at it.
Okay, let's go.
Because this game, you could be really
Alright,
busted
time
with
to
almost
saddle up
no
and head
problem.
out.
But technically the first game you can also be pretty busted without using weapons, but you do need to upgrade your weapons in the first game. Alright, let's see if we get lucky with a picture. Uh-oh, did it too late. Never mind, got it. And we lay hands on the elephant. So yeah, pretty much the rider pod is our main damage, our main everything. It's very good, very good. And it's only gonna get stronger as we continue through, pretty much. So, we now need to take 2 pictures of 2 enemies, which is going to be in this section. I technically could die here if I get really bad luck, or if I get jumped. So most of the time, whenever you end up doing these photos, you have to do a specific location where you can make enemies run up to you, or just fight you. So we're going to kind of bait enemies to do that to us. Yeah, okay, that's kind of worthless. Like I said, if we want anything from these chests, it's crystals. That's kind of whatever too, actually. Okay, we got 1. So I gotta get a picture of this guy. Nice, okay. Whoops, okay, we're good. So yeah, that picture was basically, you need to take a picture of him spinning. I got close to him and he spun instantly, so that's really good. Now the next one's going to be a little bit more difficult. That's problematic. Okay, that's only 2, that's fine. Okay, so this guy right here, we need a picture of him, but in order to get it, I need to get close to him. Nice, okay, I got a picture. So yeah, basically you have to get a picture of him when he's doing that little animation. Oh, we got it on the first try. Let's go. Huge. That also means I get no money. Sucks. Alright. So yeah. Cool. We got what we wanted. So yeah, most of the enemies that we're going to end up killing, we're going to be killing with Steve. Because... Or, well, the right pod, I mean. But yeah. All the experience is gonna be going to the right pod, because we can use the experience to buy upgrades for it, and it's just gonna get better and better. I really don't want to go immediately. I want to pick up some chests so we can maybe make a bit of money, but... Okay, well that's not gonna help. Well, there's 3 chests like back to back over in that one corner. We can probably go there really quick just to maybe grab a bit. Although they're probably gonna be mimics, but hell, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we really need money. Classic. Not used. Also, another thing about how opening chests works in this game, whenever you're trying to interact with something, if you're near an enemy, it doesn't let you interact with it. So it is kind of like proximity based, but it doesn't matter, like I said, I guess. Alright, so we got the 2 pictures for the enemies. I don't really need to save, but I'll just do it again for general safety.
So there.
Like I said, we almost will never really get hit unless we need to get a picture for a specific enemy attack. That's like the biggest moment when it really does matter. Alright. Good one to pick up at the beginning. We don't need to take pictures anymore. We just need to go fight the big robot dudes. Over to. Oh. See, like there, that's really good money. We just got 3 of them for like what, 120 each? Yeah, did they sell for 120 each? I don't remember, but you do get a decent amount from them from one chest. So usually the best bang for our buck. I think the most, or not the most, but the least amount you can get is like 2 or 1. It wasn't that one. But yeah, eventually what's going to end up happening with the right pod is that when we do end up getting when we start getting more fuel and a faster transport, we will be using the right pod constantly to move from one point to another. It's just right now with how things are, it's not really worth like driving around with it. It's really slow, and while you're driving around with it, it also loses gas. Oh. It's better just a quick swap, just throw a few hands and then just move on. Yeah, we got the key handle. So now we can just leave the dungeon if we want to. Nice. Okay. We're slowly approaching the end of chapter 1. This is the part where it can go really bad. This fight can probably end up going really bad if the boss does not want to give us anything. The one more annoying fight. So we need to get a picture of the boss shooting a rocket out of its eye. It's random. Okay, decided to do that. That's whatever. These guys give a lot of XP, so you know what? I'll take it. Alright, let's hope that, no way he just did it twice. That's such a rare attack, by the way. Alright, whatever. Well, the funny thing is, these guys give a lot of money, so you know what? This is not bad. Not bad. But please give me my... Okay, that's not what we want. I need to shoot. No, I missed! That's so bad. That's so bad. No, I missed. He can do it multiple times, but it's just a matter of if it wants to mess with me or not. Come on, man, please. I don't know how the picture didn't get it. No, I didn't get it. I was off angle. Stop. So when it comes down to the range, I would assume it shoots the missile at you when you're far, but honestly, I've seen it do it other times without being far. It really just wants to mess with you. There we go. All right, you're mine. Let's go. Frame one. Phase one, phase one, phase one, phase one. Let's go. All right, that went really, well. It didn't go perfect, but we actually got two of those clowns spawning in immediately back to back. I've never seen that happen before, but hey, that's fine. Go ahead and just get these pictures in. So we got brave little Linda, the Night Stalker, Barons hanging on, and then the clown robo attack. Perfect. Nice, 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 nice. I'm definitely saving. Completely not necessary, but I'm doing it out of spite. For what's to come. Okay. I don't think we can get the morning picture here, but let's see. What time is it? Ah, that's fun. Yeah, we already got the... You could get a picture here for the sun, depending on how well you do, but... It's fine. We're good. I guess I can also... make the an invention right now. So we can, you know, get that off our line. Yeah, definitely there are a lot of things that are missable. It's... Yeah, it's rough. So... For the clown one that we just did, most of the bosses are down here, or enemies, so we want a parasol and a pipe. No.
Yeah.
I kind of do wish that you could see the stats on some of these stuff that you do make. that the game is not that kind of game, but that's fine. But yeah, that's gone very well. Gone very, very well. Nice. This is the end of chapter 1. I'll make a safety save again just because, why not? But so far it's gone pretty smooth, thankfully. I don't know how much money we have, but we're definitely gonna need a bit more money. Always better to have a bit more money. Probably miss here. Yeah, he gets iframes when he basically starts shooting. Better just wait for him to swap. Nice. Alright, I think that's chapter 1 done.